In today's video, I want to take a look at a brand new open world game that just dropped on the PlayStation 4. It's been out on PC for a little bit, had a little bit of a mixed reception, but now it comes to the PlayStation 4 and I want to highlight that game. Also, Norman Reedus hints at more Death Stranding stuff possibly coming in the future. I know Death Stranding was a little bit controversial, but personally speaking, I'd love to see more Death Stranding content, and we'll take a look at what he noted. And also, Marvel's Iron Man VR demo could be due soon according to a PlayStation Network listing. Very excited to see how that game ultimately turns out, because I know some of you guys are a little bit upset at the fact that it's a VR only game, but nonetheless we need compelling VR titles. If you want to see that platform sell even more units, you need high quality titles, and Marvel's Iron Man VR might be one of those games. We'll talk that at the end of this video. First up, open world survival game Memories of Mars is now available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Kind of came out of nowhere, but following a Steam Early Access launch in June of 2018, publisher 505 Games and developer Limbic Entertainment have fully launched open world survival game Memories of Mars for PlayStation 4 for $19.99. The Xbox One and PC versions are available at a 10% off discount for the first week of release. The game's notes from 505 Games directly says, set 100 years in the future, the dream of exploiting and colonizing Mars has proven impossible. Players will see themselves as a recently awoken clones tasked with surviving the barren wastelands of Mars. Players must explore the unforgiving Martian terrain and build a habitable homestead while fighting off against a variety of dangers, including strange enemies, extreme conditions, and other human clone survivors. Players will also unveil the events that led to the withdrawal from the Red Planet in the hope to answer one question: can they escape? The game's key features note: explore and discover. Explore over 16 km2 of Martian landscape complete with deserts, craters, canyons, rocky plains, and mesas. Visit over 120 points of interest, including abandoned towns, mines, industrial facilities, biodomes, and much more. Survive, craft, and build. Look after your basic needs and cooperate and compete with other clones to gather resources, 3D print all your equipment, and build your base from a functional module to an impressive stronghold containing advanced workstations. There are upgradable skills and hundreds of items to customize your experience. Emergency protocols and combats. The game features a quest-like system known as emergency protocols that will have players perform different tasks through the environment as they learn about the downfall of Mars and encounter and hostile NPCs and competing players that are always looking to interrupt your adventures. These NPCs, from basic security robots or drones to titanic military units, are strange enemies left over from previous failed colonization efforts. Now they've gone rogue and you'll need to fend them off. Events and escape capsule. Memories of Mars offers organic opportunities for adventure, including a unique system of in-game events where players will converge and compete for resources, and finally the possibility to put together an escape capsule and send it back to Earth. A lot of elements that are familiar with many of you guys to other survival titles. The game again had a mixed reception on PC, so maybe not a game for everyone. However, if you're into survival games, it might be one worth checking out. It is available for $19.99, so a budget-oriented price point, but with the competition in high-quality survival games these days, this might be one that goes a little bit under the radar, and maybe one you'll want to wait on for a deeper discount. Remember, we've got games like No Man's Sky and all of these other survival titles that the competition within that genre is rather high, but nonetheless that has dropped on PlayStation 4 today. Alright, moving on from that, Death Stranding dropped on PlayStation 4 just a few months ago, around 4 or so months ago, and Norman Reedus hints at more Death Stranding stuff possibly coming in the future. As detailed by WCCF Tech, more Death Stranding stuff is possibly coming in the future. Speaking with Wired in a video interview, actor Norman Reedus revealed that he is talking with Hideo Kojima about doing more things together. He also added that he is talking to Hideo about maybe doing some Death Stranding stuff, suggesting that DLC for the game or even a full sequel is being discussed. The Walking Dead star Norman Reedus talks the Wired complete interview and takes the internet's most searched questions about himself. How was Norman Reedus discovered? Why was Norman in Death Stranding? How old is he? Does he speak Japanese? Norman answers all these questions and much more. Death Stranding is coming to PC on June 2nd following its release on PlayStation 4 last year. The PC release will come with new features such as a photo mode and full ultra-wide support. The photo mode may also be coming to the PlayStation 4 version at a later time. The idea of more Death Stranding content is definitely going to be something that's a little bit divisive. I know Death Stranding as a whole was a rather divisive game, and maybe some people just want to see Hideo Kojima move on to a new experience, doing something entirely new, a new IP, or going back to Silent Hills or something like that. However, I thought Death Stranding had a lot of great elements to it. If you can play Death Stranding and you can see that it has a lot of compelling components to the game, keeping it together, I don't know what to really say. I enjoyed my time with the game. It was something so unique, and I know people are going to go back and say, oh, it's a walking simulator, oh, this, that, or the other. I thought the game was rather engrossing. I thought the world was beautiful. I thought there was a lot of gameplay to it, and I found the overall narrative of the game rather compelling, as you should with a Hideo Kojima title. I understand people's qualms with it, and I do believe that this is one of the most divisive games ever, in that some people will absolutely love it, like me, and other people will absolutely detest the game, and that's really what you see. Some people talk about this middle ground with Death Stranding, and I really don't see it a lot. It's either one or the other. You see the review scores. Some people have it at a 10, some people have it at a 5, some people have it at a 6, but you're not seeing a lot of 8s or, 7.5s even, or anything like that. And generally speaking, from a consumer standpoint, it is a very, very divisive game with a lot of extremes being thrown around, like it's the worst game I've ever played, it's the most, it's the masterclass of game development, whatever. I've heard it all with Death Stranding, and to cater to the people that really enjoyed it, I think more Death Stranding content would be something that a lot of people would be all over, even if a certain portion of the audience is not going to be all over it. Hey, though, that portion of the audience has already moved on to other games, but there is that other portion of Death Stranding players that absolutely love the game and would love to see more content out of it. And honestly, from my anecdotal experience, it seems like it's probably a 60-40 split with the people that really liked it versus the other people that weren't that enthralled by it. That's just a random number that I've noticed, based on me just generally talking to a lot of gamers. Whatever the case may be, more Death Stranding content I think could only be a positive. Alright, lastly, I do want to note that Marvel's Iron Man VR demo could be coming soon, according to a PlayStation Network listing. Marvel's Iron Man VR could be getting a demo soon on PlayStation 4. That's according to PSN releases, which spotted the listing on the Japanese and Asian PSN databases. PSN releases recently spotted the Star Wars Project Maverick listing as well, though that has not been yet announced. The game Marvel's Iron Man VR with ID CUSA 18303 has been added to the PlayStation 4 Asian PSN. Marvel's Iron Man VR was originally scheduled to release on February 28th, but the developer Camouflage, known for the game Republic, decided to delay it in order to deliver on the team's vision and meet the expectations of the amazing community. Republic was actually a really cool game, so cool to see that this development studio is making some strides, and they're working on a relatively big game here with an Iron Man game for PlayStation 4. Marvel's Iron Man VR is now due for release on May 15th exclusively on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR. The game's description notes, don the PlayStation VR headset to suit up as the armored Avenger in the original Iron Man adventure. Tony Stark has retired from making weapons and instead creates technology used to battle evil as Iron Man. After several years as a world-famous superhero, Tony is attacked by the mysterious Ghost, a hacker and anti-corporate activist who repurposes old Stark Industry weapons. In her efforts to topple his empire, Ghost attacks Stark's corporate locations around the world, leading to ever-escalating stakes and a final showdown. Things go awry, and Iron Man is back in the game. The game's key features note, using two PlayStation Move motion controllers, fire up Iron Man's repulsor jets and blast into the skies with an arsenal of iconic Iron Man gear at your fingertips. Face off against one of Iron Man's greatest foes in high-stakes, action-packed battles. Upgrade tech in Tony Stark's garage to customize Iron Man's sleek armor and awesome abilities, and much more is going to be available in the game. I know a lot of you guys are not that excited for this game, and maybe you think I'm overhyping it. I'm not even trying to overhype it. I'm just happy that Sony has stayed committed to PlayStation VR as a platform, because if you've been following PlayStation for as long as I've been, look, I love Sony, I love the PlayStation platforms, but you know how they are sometimes with new peripherals, new hardware, whatever the case may be. Do we have to go back to the PlayStation Vita? Do we have to go back to the PlayStation Portable? Even as well as the PlayStation Portable did, it seems like for a while Sony just put their foot off the gas in releasing compelling games for that platform. PS Vita had a hot 16 months and then it completely fell off. With PlayStation VR, they've been committed for the last 4 years, 3.5 years, since late 2016, I believe, is when VR came out. They've been pumping out high-quality games. They've been releasing new titles, and VR is just something that a lot of other third parties are going to want to create games for. That's why you have great games like Moss, you have Astrobot Rescue Mission, Marvel's Iron Man VR, let's hope that's good, Firewall Zero Hour. There are so many great VR titles and a lot of, traditional games having a VR component as well. The ceiling is really, really high for VR, and yes, we're still at the infancy of it, but I'm really excited to see where it could go in the future, and Iron Man VR might be another feather in PSVR's cap. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, the open world survival game Memories of Mars is now available for PS4, $19.99 on that game. Mixed reception, however, wanted to make note of that. Norman Reedus hints at more Death Stranding stuff possibly coming in the future, so that's reason to be excited for that. And Marvel's Iron Man VR could be getting a demo soon if a PSN listing is to be believed, and hint hint, they usually are. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.